Hi everybody, we're going to finally start using the Crayola Air Dry Clay that I had you guys order at the beginning of this quarter, and I want to go over a few things with you about it. It's very different than what from the clay that you're used to. So there's some technical things that we should talk about before we get started with this clay. One is that it's going to dry out as soon as it hits the air. So that said, we have to be super careful with not letting it dry out. So what you're going to do when you first get your container, you're going to open it up, and if you have a little baggie in your house, I would recommend that you use this to just take out a handful to start, because you probably won't need much more than that. I think this probably should be fine to start. And you're just going to take out what you need and keep it in the baggie, and then you're going to kind of try to get the air out of the baggie and zip it up, and that's what you're going to use. And then if you have a piece of cellophane, this isn't mandatory, but it's a good idea if you have it. Go ahead and tuck that in over the clay on the inside like that, and cover it up. And make sure the lid goes on super tight. And you might even want to like pick up the top and like push the air out, kind of like what you do when you store like brownies or cookies. Okay, so that's how you're going to get your clay. And our first project that we're going to work with is just going to be a skill builder. So it should be relaxing and not too stressful. What you're going to do is you're going to take just a little pinch of clay at a time. So I would say just about like that. That's about a pinch. And then again, you want to make sure you cover the plastic up so it doesn't dry out. And I have on Schoology, I have a skill building sheet of paper like this with the 6 shapes that we're going to start working with. And take your time with this. It should be kind of fun and a meditation, but it's basically just to get you acquainted with the clay. You're going to notice that it has a lot of different properties than what you're used to. It's very malleable. It's very floppy. It has no grog in it, so it's a little tricky to work with it. So that's why I thought we would start with some skill builders before we move on to some more advanced shapes. So essentially the very first thing you're going to do on your skill building worksheet is just make a ball, and it's going to be a solid ball, and that might seem a little bit simpler than it really is. So you're going to take the time and make it nice and round, and then you're going to put that on your worksheet. The next shape is going to be a cone. So I'm going to take out another little pinch of clay. And again, you don't need a lot. And I would say go ahead and roll that into a ball to start as well. The reason why we're working with these geometric shapes like this is for 2 reasons. One, it's going to give you some practice, and you're going to start getting a sense of how this stuff works. And feel free to, you can actually use your table to roll this a little bit. So cone is more narrow at the top and wider at the bottom, a lot like the amphora vase that you guys practiced making. Okay, so you can roll that and get that kind of more narrow at the top, and then tap the bottom to get the bottom nice and flat. And then you can just kind of work on shaping it till you get the shape that you like. Okay, that would be a cone. So back to what I was saying, the reason why we're working with geometric shapes is pretty much all sculpture is built with geometric shapes, and even functional ware, pretty much all 3-dimensional things. start out with the foundation of understanding how to build more complex shapes with geometric shapes. So it's important to first of all be able to manipulate the clay so that you can get these shapes. And then second, we're going to learn how to combine them to build more complex pieces. So I'm not going to take you through all of these, but you're going to see on your worksheet we have a sphere, a cone, a cylinder, a cube, and then a rectangle. The difference between the cube and the rectangle is the cube has all 4 equal sides, and the rectangle has 2 longer sides and 2 short sides, or sorry, 4 longer sides and 2 short sides. And then we have 2 different sizes of pyramids. We have a 3-sided pyramid and a 4-sided pyramid. And you can tell the difference because the 4-sided pyramid has roughly a square at the bottom, and the 3-sided has a triangle. So you're going to do 2 pyramids. Okay, so maybe I'll just take you through the cube, one more shape, and the rest I think you could probably figure out as you go. So again, just a pinch. First of all, pretty much all of these you're going to start with a ball. I might have taken too much off, so I'm going to take a little bit off back and put it back in the bag. Okay, and now this looks a little bit like a marshmallow, right? So I'll put that right there. Another thing I want to mention is, especially if you're working on fine furniture, you definitely do not want to work directly on the furniture. This clay can probably pull off varnish. So I'm just working on this piece of paper here. I would recommend you do that. You can just use a piece of notepaper or something, a piece of newspaper, but work on something so that you don't damage your furniture. I don't think your parents would appreciate that. Okay, so now I have my circle. I'm going to turn this into a cube. So I'm just going to lightly press on the top and lightly press on the sides like that, and then turn it and do the same thing. Do you hear my peacocks? Just can never get away from those peacocks. And then feel free to tap this 4 sides on the table, and that's going to get them nice and compacted and nice and squared off. So you can spend a little time with this. If you have a popsicle stick or something like that that's flat, feel free to use that and just kind of press it. That's another way to go to try to square things out. Okay, so now this is getting more like a rectangle, so now I'm going to come and press this way and this way, and it's going to become more like a cube again. Okay, good. So I already have 3 shapes. That didn't take me very long. It might take a little bit of practice. And then just like when you were learning your pinch pots, as you go, if it feels like it's moving in a direction that is getting out of control, feel free to smash it down and then try again. Because there's a little bit of a learning curve to this type of clay. Yeah, so anyway, that's how you do it. When you're done, if you still have some left over in the baggie, it's totally fine to keep it in the baggie. Just try to squeeze out the air and then make sure it's sealed. And you can just actually go ahead and put this right back within the baggie, right back in the container. So it'll be ready for you next time. I think that's all I want to talk about on this video. And the next one, I think I'm going to talk about how to join pieces together.